Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Now, I don't know what I want this video to be. I don't know if it's going to be a rant or if it's to see if there's other people out there that feel the same, or if it's just to give you someone to relate to. But I want to talk about mum burnout and how real that is. So this last week, are you okay? Are you okay? You right? Yeah. This last week has been really rough. Like last Sunday, Baby Belle was fine during the day, and then that night she came down with quite a bad temperature actually. She was really burning up, and she was up that night 7 times, I think it was. Now her sleep has never been that brilliant. She's always been up like once or twice in the night, and I think that just contributes to it anyway. But we were exhausted. Like, I was absolutely knackered. John had work on the Monday. I'm fortunate enough that I don't have to go into like paid employment, but I do have my own business that I'm trying to run. And sort of, I think over 2 years of not getting any decent sleep, and then Baby Belle not being well on the Sunday night, being sick, being up loads of times, me literally having 5 minutes sleep. I think that was just like the start of this like massive downward spiral. And although I say, I'm fortunate that I don't have to go into work, John does. John is out sort of like 11 hours a day, and we don't have any childcare, any support or anything like around us. It is just literally us 24 hours a day. So if Baby Belle's not with me, she's with John. And that, again, that's sort of like adding to all of this. But Baby Belle was ill for a week. Like she didn't sleep. So on the Monday night she was up every single hour. So she's up crying, obviously not feeling well. So then I'm up with her, and also as well after that I'm then not sleeping because I'm like, is she okay? And then during the day she's understandably, all she wants to do is just snuggle up. So we've spent, you're bringing all your snugglies. We've spent the whole week just here on the sofa or upstairs asleep in her bed, and nothing gets done. And I think that massively adds to it as well. The fact that you already have that guilt of not bringing in much income, not contributing much income to the household, because predominantly I'm a stay-at-home mum, but I'm also trying to build my own business. That's obviously slow going. I don't bring in much income, so I have that guilt. So then my contribution is obviously raising Baby Belle, trying to keep the house looking good. I don't expect to do all of the housework. John does his share when he comes home from work, but the majority of it, while I'm here and I've got time, you got the sunshine on you, it's me, it's what, it's my contribution to our household. And last week we just sat here and nothing got done. Like the house is a mess. That then stresses me out even more. And it got to the stage where I think by Wednesday or Thursday, it's like I completely shut off. I struggled. I didn't want to communicate with anyone. I didn't want anyone touching me. I didn't have the energy to do anything. And again, that then adds to it. You feel guilty because you're not spending as much time doing things with your child. Not that she needed that much because she wasn't very well, but she still wants, she's just brought me a book over now. She still wants to read books, and she still wants to do stuff. She would normally perk up a bit in the afternoon. And then obviously there's John as well. He's at work all day. He's got a stressful job, and then he comes home to me, who doesn't want to talk to him. Just doesn't want to communicate in any way. Just literally wants to be left alone. Yeah. And Baby Belle is very snuggly and tactile. Oh, ribbit. And yeah, she wants to be touching me all the time, and then when she's ill, it's even worse. It's more, and I got to the stage where I couldn't cope with it. She still breastfeeds. She wasn't eating anything, So she wanted to boob all the time, and that's obviously another worry. And it just got to the stage where I was like, what is this? Like, how is this my life? And obviously I wouldn't swap any of this for the world, but I think when you get into that stage, it's just like, what is this? And I'm starting to feel a bit better now. I'm slowly coming out of like that massive thing of doing nothing last week. Like, it was, I don't know if you've ever suffered with depression and you've had like a depressive episode. It's kind of like that, but I think the exhaustion is like more, because when you're depressed, you do tend to sleep more. And this, I just wasn't sleeping, because it all adds into that cycle. You know, you're worried about your child, you're worried about the fact that you're not being the person that you want to be, you're worried about your business, you're worried about the fact that your house looks a state, and it just all stops you from sleeping and everything. And it's kind of taken me by surprise, because Baby Bell's nearly 22 months old and I haven't really experienced this so far. This is the first time I've experienced it. Balloon. And you get all the advice about when you've got a newborn, and like, you have to work together as a team, you and your partner and everything. But there's nothing about sort of like, even as your child gets older, and the fact that the resentment can kick in, and it's kind of irrational really. But John gets to go off to work, and he went up to London last week, so he had like 2 hours on the train by himself, and I know he was going to work. But then, he goes to the gym, and it's just like, by the time I get time to myself, I'm so exhausted that I don't go and do anything. I just literally want to go to sleep. And I think I'd got to the stage last week where I was like, what is this? And like I said, it's irrational, because I know that he's going out to work and stuff, and he has Baby Bell at the weekend so that I can do something. But there isn't anything, nobody ever says to you, just once you get over the newborn stage, it's just easy, because it isn't. And like I said, I wasn't expecting this now, but yeah, burp. Baby Bell's starting to feel better now. She's asking to go to the park again, which is good. So we're going to go to the park in a minute. Like I said, I don't really know what the point of this video was. I don't know if it's of any use to anyone or anything. Sick. Sick on Daddy. Don't know if it's any use to anyone at all, but I just wanted to put it out there, and that if you are experiencing it, you're not alone. It's like apparently it seems to be completely normal, and it's just the fact that you're trying to do everything. Like, Baby Bell's birthday's coming up in a couple of months, we've got that to plan. John's birthday's coming up. I know this is all like trivial stuff, but that's on top of all of the normal day-to-day household stuff. That's on top of like the normal life admin. I mean, I've just done a remortgage. I've got all like car insurance to sort out, house insurance to sort out. Baby Bell's got her first dentist appointment coming up, and it's all just those little tiny things that they add up and add up and add up and add up. And even just to the point of like sorting out what meals we're gonna have. It's like, why is it so difficult to decide what to have for food? Like, I just can't be bothered to decide this. And this might come across as like really self-indulgent, but for me, it's all built up over the last nearly 2 years, or longer than that actually, because my pregnancy with Baby Bell was shocking. We were in lockdown for half of it, and I think all of it just built up and built up and built up until the point where I just shut down last week, and I wasn't pleasant to be around. And I do apologise to anybody that had to deal with me, but I'm hoping now that I'm getting out of it. And are you hungry? That's completely thrown me off. Like, my comments are always open, my DMs are always open on Instagram if anyone is dealing with this sort of thing. And also as well, if anyone's got any tips, please put them in the comments, because it hopefully will help me, it'll help anyone else that's reading them, and I think it's just helpful for everyone. But guys, I'm going to end here, because I don't want to just moan. I've been moaning for like 10 minutes now. I don't want to just constantly moan. But thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.